Hello, great students! In this video, we are going to learn about subject-verb agreement. Subjects and verbs must agree with one another in number, whether it is singular or plural. Thus, if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. If a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. Here is an example of that. To make a noun plural, we add s. So here, a girl is singular, which means one. And the plural form of that is girls. We have to add s at the end of it. And to use it in sentence, we make a plural verb and we take away the s. So an example is, singular subject is he, and its verb should have an s. So he talks. Now the plural form of that, they talk. The subject they is in plural form, so the verb should have no s. Now let's take a look at the endings of these verbs. For singular, I walk. I always take the plural form of the verb, as well as the you, so there should be no s at the end of the verbs. But for he, she, it, we will have to place s at the end of the verb. Joe is in singular form, so we will have to add s. And the girl is also singular, so we will have to add s at the end of the verb. And for the plural form, we is in plural, so the verb should have no s. You is plural, and they, so they shouldn't have any s at the end of the verb. Joe and Maria is in plural because there are two subjects. So the verb should have no s, walk. And the girls is also in plural form, so the verb walk should have no s. There are also some other verbs aside from action verbs, like this one. For do, for singular, he does. We will have to add es at the end. And for plural, we will use do, they do. And for have, we use has for singular and have for plural. And for be verbs, we have the is, are, was, were. Is and was are for singular subjects, and are and were are for plural subjects. Here's a tip for subject-verb agreement. Generally, if the subject doesn't end in s, the verb will. So if the subject does end in s, the verb won't. Look at these examples. The girl dances. So the subject here doesn't have an s. Therefore, the verb will have. The girl dances. And the girls dance. The subject girl has an s in it, therefore the verb will have no s at the end. There are multiple subjects joined by and. If there are two or more subjects joined by and, the subject must be plural, so the verb will not get an s. Example here is the boy and the girl dance. There are two subjects in this sentence, the boy and the girl. If we're going to replace it with a pronoun, the boy and the girl will become they. So it is in plural, therefore the verb will have no s at the end. Aside from and, or is also used to join subjects. If there are two or more subjects joined by or, the verb agrees with the part of the subject closest to it. Here are some of the examples. The teacher or the students walk the halls. The verb on the first sentence is walk. And what is the subject closest to the verb? The students. So the students is in plural, therefore the verb should have no s. And on the next example, the students or the teacher walks the halls. Again, the verb is walks in this example. So the subject closest to this is the teacher, which is in singular. Therefore, walks will have an S. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you.